Right, this is Ben Chapman from Mourning Grey, and you are listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands, with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather, and as always, I'm bringing you guys awesome interviews, and today is an honor and privilege to have Mr. Ben Chapman. He's the vocalist of Mourning Grey. Mourning Grey hails from Phoenix, Arizona. They have a debut album called Hollow, and it will be released on June 29th via Pavement Entertainment, and we've got Mr. Ben Chapman on here to talk about that. So, how's it going, Ben?
It's going well, man. How are you doing?
Doing awesome. Glad to have you guys on here. You know, I like this album. I got to preview it, and it's pretty damn good. I like everything what you guys are doing.
Right on, man. Definitely appreciate it.
How excited are you guys to have a debut album coming out this month on via Pavement Entertainment, and how's it been working with Pavement on this?
It's been really good, man. It's been a blessing, and in December last year, we had kind of like a 3-year hiatus, and we got back together at the end of last year, and we decided to do a show in December. We featured Tommy Gibbons from Flaw. He played the show with us, and word got around, and then we heard from Tim King, the bass player from Soil. He's also the vice president of Pavement Entertainment the following weekend, and struck a deal with them. And ever since, and we keep having a lot of offers at the table. We got a video that releases on the 22nd. We got our record, our EP that drops on the 29th, and Sony Red is doing all our digital distribution for us. A lot of really good opportunities, man. It's definitely a blessing. I put a lot of work into this over the years, man. So been doing music my whole life, and it's finally coming to fruition now. So it's been very good, man, getting to know these guys.
What's impressed you the most about making the debut album Hollow? What's caught your eye about it, if anything, Ben?
I guess we really pride ourselves on our sound, because we have like a late 90s, early 2000 era sound, that new metal vibe, but we try not to sound dated. So we have a lot of influences all across the maps from bands back then. Like Breaking Benjamin or Mudvayne, and we definitely have a huge Seven Dust vibe in our music. But what's most exciting to me is that, being the singer, is that, I have a lot of things that I want to say, and I'm able to now at this point have a national, worldwide release where people can finally hear what I have to say, and as a singer, that's really good. That's what singers aim for, man. That's what people in the industry really want, is for other people to, hopefully relate to something that they say in their music. And so that's the most exciting part for me, is that, I've had a lot of trials and tribulations in my life, and I've overcome a lot of obstacles. And, hopefully my lyrics and our songs can reach people and help other people get through some rough times that, I didn't really know I was going to see the light at the end of, but I was able to make it through.
Isn't that the beautiful thing, though, lyrically, when you can put something out there and you're telling a story and you're telling it one way, but yet somebody else adapts it to another way? I think that is so cool.
Right, man. No, that's definitely a beauty, and that's definitely one of the beauties of music, man, is that, people interpret things in their own way, that's relative to them personally. And it can be written about one situation for me, but reach people on all different levels across the charts.
And here's the thing about it, folks, and I'm just going to say this right now. Music has no comprehension on color, race, nothing. So it's a beautiful thing. If you have not got it, please go find it.
Right. Absolutely, man.
Because music is so much of a great step of therapy for folks, in my opinion.
Right, absolutely, man.
Who produced this album, Ben, or did you guys do it yourself?
We were blessed with a very great engineer. His name is Larry Elia, and Larry has done recordings for all kinds of people, especially in our genre. He's done Cabo and Seven Dust Azir Union. He's done a lot of bands, engineered them. He definitely has a production role that he plays, but he's not as much of a producer as he is an engineer, but he's definitely very knowledgeable and intelligent when it comes to putting out a good record. So we were blessed to get to have him on board with us for this. It's been great. And, you know, all the songs took a 180 turn from what they were before. So that's usually a role that a producer will play, would be to help solidify or even restructure things here and there to make a song, more professional. And he definitely played that role. But as far as a producer goes, we self-produced this record. So, and we're very prideful of that as well, because we're all the guys in this band, man, have had some taste of success over the years. We've all come from other bands and other backgrounds, but we all know music. And so, to work with him and, to put all of our 2 cents in, man, like, everything just came together better than we could have ever expected. It's been great. It's been a great experience. We're all very excited for June 29th.
Any songs off the album that stand out more to you on it right now? I mean, I know these are like picking your favorite collectible or child, but does any stand out for you possibly?
Falling is, I think it's track 2. I honestly forgot. And
yeah,
that's
it's track 2.
Crap, yeah.
Yeah, it's track 2. Then Lost is great. This like I said, this is good. The War is good. Scarred's good. I mean, I'm not saying it just because you're on here. I really like this. There's not any bad stuff on this. I do dig it.
Right. Yeah. And and so for me, Falling is probably the track that really touches me the most. That song was written about a very dark time of my life. The lyrical content of that track is basically a person who is, struggling, dying inside, and reaching out for help, that doesn't know how to help themselves. And it's a very good song because, to me, it's very relative to a very dark time in my life. But, I was able to overcome that point of my life. And so Falling, to me, it hits home. And, the label actually picked a different song than, none of us thought that the single that they picked was going to be the single. But the label picked Up to You for the single, and that's the last track on the EP. And it's a great song, but we all had different ideas and on what the single was going to look like. So it was really cool to have everybody have a different opinion. Literally all the songs on the record were picked for singles from different people. So that lets me know that they're all really good, and everybody likes a different one for a different reason.
How much growth musically have you seen this band go through up to this debut album, or has it just been more of a personal growth for each of you guys?
It's definitely been a growth as a whole. We've all definitely grown individually as well, but I think that contributes to the growth as a whole. We are definitely a lot tighter now as friends, and for us, the most important thing about this band is maintaining close friendships within the band, because you can't be in a professional level, especially, in this kind of atmosphere with people that you can't get along with. And so we're all very, very tight knit with each other. These guys are my best friends, man. And, it hasn't always been that way. Before it was, we would meet up for practice. We'd play a show, and then after that, we wouldn't even talk to each other until it was time to practice again. But we talk every day, me and these guys, and it's been a huge blessing for me to grow close to all these guys, because, like I say, man, like, this band came into my life at a very dark point of my life, and I didn't have anybody really that I could lean on or fall on. And now it's nothing to pick up the phone and call somebody, one of these guys, and they're always there to talk. So It's been very good, a very good experience having these people become my brothers.
Yeah, and especially like you're in a band and you don't talk unless you're going to do a show. That's not good. That's toxic,
Right. Yeah, no. And, and that's definitely a problem in the industry with a lot of guys, man, and there's a lot of bigger bands out there that, the whole band is they're hire-ons. So like these guys aren't really talking unless they're writing or, or playing shows, it's, but we're on a very personal level. These guys come over to my house for barbecues, I'll go to their house for barbecues where we see each other, 20 times a month. We're definitely, sometimes they're the last people I want to see because I see them so damn much, but
understandable.
But man, no, it's really good, man. It's a very, very new experience to be forced into being so close to people, but I couldn't ask for a better group of guys, to call my friends and bandmates.
Understandable. Do you do anything differently during the writing and recording process to help keep your mind fresh and open to not let the music get stale or go down a path that you don't want to go down again? Do you do anything to help you?
Man, it honestly just comes naturally. Like, all of this to me today is just, we all our hearts are in it. So, at the end of the day, man, we're all having fun. It's not, there's a professional aspect of it for sure, and it's, sadly enough, I mean, the music industry revolves around money, and that's just how it is. So we have to keep that professional, outlook on things, but we all really enjoy it, man. So yeah, it's very easy for me to write and record with these guys and to have fun every step of the way just because of the relationships that we've built with each other. I personally wouldn't change anything, man.
What can fans expect at a show from Mourning Grey?
Exactly what's on the record, man. We are very, very tight. And, a lot of people would say that that's not a good, that's not a good thing to have because, and I feel like that's because maybe the record doesn't do the band justice because the quality of it wasn't done correct. It wasn't done up to par. And so the band has a better live show than their record, man, but we sound just like the record live, minus you can't really see the energy on a recording, but there's a lot of energy on stage, and furthermore, we're all having fun up there, man. People really love our live performance because they can see the joy and they can see the passion in us on stage, but we don't miss a lick, man, and we love it. That's where we shine up there, man. And the more people, the better.
Now we're living in the digital era of recording albums and plus social media to get music out quicker and to reach out to more fans. Do you like this that we're in right now with the digital era of getting stuff out and plus, social media to get out to more fans that you may not have done back in, say, like, 80s, 70s, stuff like that?
There's pros and cons to it, man. I would say that the biggest plus side to it is that you don't have to travel the world to get your record to the world. It's there, it's available. Anybody in the world who wants to hear you can hear you. It's at their fingertips. They don't have to come to a show to buy the record. They don't have to go to the store to buy the record. They can jump on iTunes or Spotify or Amazon or YouTube, and they can check your band out like that, and the digital distribution of today's age is huge, and it's way bigger than any, physical copy could potentially reach anywhere. It's just that, it's huge. But I'll say that, having a physical copy, man, in stores to sell, that's what we all dreamed of when we were, growing up and starting bands was to, hopefully one day see your record and, on the shelf and, at Walmart or Target or Best Buy or whatever. And, that's still possible today. You can still do that. It's just that you're going to see a much larger return with digital sales than you are with physical. That's just because people today are so internet savvy that, they're not going to get off their couch and go drive down to the store to buy it when they can jump on their computer and own it in 5 seconds.
In your own opinion, what does Mourning Grey bring to the table for music that's not out there as of right now?
There's a lot of really good artists out right now. But one thing that I feel like people are starting to really lack on is energy, man, and good lyrics and good catchy melodies, man. And, Something that we really are prideful of as well is that, we're not full of digital, digital crap in the music. It's, a lot of what we're putting out, man, it's just straight raw guitar and drums and vocals, man. But it's very melodic, it's heavy, and it can reach, a very large group of people because, some people might like the softer rock side of stuff, which we have on our record. And some people might like metal, the metal side, which we also have. So we meet right in the middle, man, and we do a little bit of everything. And for the people that do like the digital stuff in there, the synth and stuff like that, we have that in our record, but it's not full of it, and it's very raw. Our record is very raw, and the production value of it's just really good, man. So I think what we offer that a lot of artists don't is just staying true to our music, man.
Support-wise, do you guys get a lot of support from your hometown, or have you seen support more from not in your area via, radio and venues?
That's a hard one because obviously, the people in our hometown are very supportive because we are, to these people, a local artist, whereas, other places in the world, we would be considered a national act. So we definitely have a large following here. We definitely have a lot of supporters and fans here in our hometown. But we've also noticed, and our drummer's from Chicago. Our bass player is from, upstate New York. And, and I'm from Tennessee, man. So we all have followers and fans from our hometowns as well. But over the last several weeks since our pre-orders went up on June 1st, man, we've been getting messages from New Jersey, Seattle, California, places that we've never even been, places where we don't know people technically. And we're getting a lot of recognition, man, and appreciation and respect from states that we have never played in, states that, we didn't think people had even heard our music yet. So our fans are all over. And I guess the only place that doesn't have, that doesn't really support us are places that haven't heard us yet.
What made you want to become a musician? What was that spark for you, Ben?
That's a big question. Well, my father is in the Jazz Music Hall of Fame. My biological father was born in 1933, and in the late 40s, my dad played piano with Louis Armstrong. And my dad's band back then, called the Dixie Stompers, this was St. Louis, Missouri, and Chicago-based band. They did very well. They have several vinyls that you can still purchase to this day, and they did a few CDs before my dad's passing in 2005. But, I grew up with his jazz band playing in the living room every Sunday after church. And so that was something that I always, was drawn to, was the energy that my father put out in his band. And my mother was also a drummer in a rock band when I was growing up. And music has just always been something that I knew that I could put my trust in, and it would never hurt me or turn its back on me. And music's been my outlet since day one, and I've never lost passion for it. I could have told you 30 years ago that I was going to be a singer one day.
That's cool. That's awesome. You had parents that were actually involved with music like that, and plus your dad. I mean, your biological dad. I mean, that's insane, man. That's a feat upon itself to be a part of that group like that.
Oh yeah, no, man. And he was very humble. He was very humble about it, and I think that growing up in a house with him, and him being so humble about it has taught me a lot about humility as well. And it's, you got to stay true to you, man. And if there's something that you love, something that makes you feel really good, and it's not hurting anybody, it's not hurting you, put your all into it, man, and reach for the stars. You never know, man. You might make it one day. And if you don't, at least you're doing something that makes you happy, man.
Yeah, this is why I do this show. I do it out of the love of music, and I do it out of the love of supporting locals and national bands. I do it for you guys.
Yeah, man, and that's very appreciated, because there is definitely a huge lack of love for music, man, in the world today. And it's very sad to see, to see the downfall of it, because, you know, it's an international language, you know, like you and I were talking earlier, man. Like, you don't even have to be able to understand what somebody's saying on a song, dude. If, you know, the music can reach you, you know, and that's why it's such an international language, because like it brings people together who would have never, you know, hung out with each other, but, you know, they find likeness in the same artist. And so the next thing you know, there's 500, you know, 1,000 people at a show, and they're mingling together now because of a common love for something, man, you know. And that's what's great about music, man. And I just hope that, you know, I hope that we're able to, you know, reconnect and stop watching music just take a decline, you know, and people can start showing that appreciation and love again like they did, you know, back in the 60s, man.
Folks, Mourning Grey, their debut album comes out June 29th via Pavement Entertainment. You want to get out and check this album out when it comes out, pre-order it if you can, which I'm sure you can. Ben, how can folks stay in touch with you guys, order this album, pick it up, merchandise, keep in touch with you guys going tour dates, tickets? How can they do that?
All right, so just find us on Facebook. Facebook.com/genuine metal is the and you know, or you could just go on Facebook and search for Mourning Grey. We have some YouTube channels and stuff like that. Be watching the YouTube on June 22nd. Our official video drops then. You can also follow us on the pavement.com, Pavement Entertainment website as well. Man, pretty much any of those social media outlets, you can look us up and find us.
Before I let you go, good sir, would you care to do a promo for the show?
Absolutely, man. Right, this is Ben Chapman from Mourning Grey, and you are listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great music coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Radio Network. Thank you so much, Ben, and the best of luck to you guys.
Thank you so much, John. It was very good, dude. I appreciate it.